everyone. Hope you have gone through the previous video and understood the topic or concept about crop production and management, about plowing and sowing. So today we are going to learn about adding manure and fertilizer. So it is the third subtopic that comes under crop production and management. So the subtopic name is adding manure and fertilizers. So what are these manure and fertilizers? See, manure and fertilizers are the nutrients that are added to the soil so that the plants intake these nutrients, grow healthy and produce good yield, produce good crop or yield. So this is why manure and fertilizers are added to the soil. So why there is a need of adding manure and fertilizers? Is it there is a compulsion that they have to add manure and fertilizers? Yes, sometimes due to continuous cropping or some continuous growing of plants, the plants will intake the nutrients and the soil will lose the nutrients year after year. So to replenish or to restore the soil with nutrients, we have to add manure and fertilizers. And what are these manure and fertilizer made up of? See, manure and fertilizer are two different words. What are they? Manure is a organic substance or natural substance, whereas fertilizer is a chemical substance. So now we will read point wise and I will be explaining to you point by point. The first point, the substance which are added to the soil in the form of nutrients for healthy growth of plants are called manure and fertilizers. Second point, continuous growing of crops make the soil poorer in certain nutrients. Therefore, farmers have to add manure or fertilizer to the field to replenish the soil with nutrients. I told that because of continuous growing of crops, the soil will lose certain nutrients. Therefore, the farmers have to add manure and fertilizers to replenish. Replenish means restore the soil with nutrients so that the plants can grow healthy. What is the third point? Manure is obtained by decomposition of plant and animal waste. This is what? So last year we have learned that certain microorganisms that are present in the soil, they will decompose the plant and animal waste and convert it into manure or humus. So this is the natural nutrient that should be added to the soil and it is called manure. So manure is very best for the soil. Why? Because it is so natural that the soil gets a new texture. The soil improves the texture. So it is written, see, use of manure improves soil texture. Soil texture means it makes the soil soft. So there will be microbial activity in the soil. Microbes grow in the soil. Because of this manure, the soil becomes soft. The soil gains pores or gaps in between, so that whenever rain comes, the rainwater can go inside, or whenever we irrigate, the water can go inside deep, so that the soil is very soft. The soil is not hard. The soil becomes soft, and also there will be oxygen supply or air supply in the soil. So use of manures improves the soil texture. It will improve the overall health of the soil. Whereas fertilizers, the fourth point, fertilizers are the chemical substance which are rich in particular nutrients. So fertilizers are chemical substance. It is prepared in factories by human beings, but it contains only particular nutrients because we are preparing it. For example, if the soil needs potassium, it is a potassium is nutrient, or nitrogen, whatever it is. So yeah, I take the example of nitrogen. So if the soil needs nitrogen, what the scientist does, he will take nitrogen and prepare nitrogen balls or something, nitrogen fertilizer. So there is only nitrogen in that. So no other nutrients. So we are adding, when you are adding fertilizer, we are adding only specific nutrients. So soil will not get all the nutrients, only particular nutrients are there in the fertilizers. So that's why some examples of fertilizer are urea. So urea, it is rich only in urea. Ammonium sulfate, it is rich in ammonium and sulfate. Superphosphate, potash. NPK means it is having three nutrients, that is nitrogen, phosphorus and potash. So these are the examples of fertilizers which are chemicals that are prepared in the factories by scientists. So this is what. So use of fertilizers has helped to get better yield. Yes. When you use fertilizer, we get better yield. It means if we will come to know that what the plant is lacking. Okay, what it is lacking. If it is lacking potassium, we can add potassium and the plants grow well, and it grows so well that it gets better yield. But what happens? Its excessive use of this fertilizer has made the soil less fertile. Yes, it will make the soil less fertile. So it is something like this. So we are having two types of medicine. Many types of medicines are there around us, but I will take the example of two medicines. We are having a medicinal plants has our herbal medicines. We'll take take medicines from plants. So medicinal plants are also called herbal medicines. And also in the other side we are having drugs or the medicine that are prepared by pharmaceutical scientists. So there are two medicines. So when we take herbal medicines, we don't have any side effects. Even though the recovery will be slow, but even then it doesn't cause any side effects. It is good for our body. On the other hand, the medicines which are prepared by pharmaceutical scientists, they show very fast recovery, but it may cause many side effects to our body. As when we see in it the tablets, it will be written, warning will be given in the even the tablet box, so that overdose of these tablets or overdose of this medicine can cause liver damage or so and so. So this is how. Please understand this. Herbal medicine is good for our body, but it doesn't cause any side effects. But whereas people gets attracted towards some other drugs which are prepared by pharmaceutical companies, why? Because it gives a fast recovery, but it may have some other side effects. That is what I'm going to tell. So in this way, manure and fertilizers. Manure is very good. It may contain very less nutrients, or it may contain more nutrients. We have to add manure in more quantity. But whereas fertilizer, we have to add fertilizer in very small quantity, but it will be rich in only particular nutrients. But excessive use of these fertilizers cause many soil pollution and water pollution. Soil pollution means it will change the quality of the soil. It will change the nature of the soil. Sometimes the soil will be converted into acidic nature, or sometimes the soil will be converted into basic. You know that I have already told how the quality or the nature of the soil changes with the adding of fertilizer, pesticides, insecticides and all. So this is what. But fertilizers may also cause water pollution. How? When the rain comes, the rainwater mixes with the soil, mixes with the fertilizer that is present in the soil, and it will go into the lakes, ponds, rivers and all, and it causes harmful effect or harms to aquatic animals also. So both water pollution is also there, and soil pollution is also caused. And even human beings, when we consume that polluted or fertilizer rich water, it also causes harmful effect to our body also. So that is what. So this is about adding manure and fertilizers. So what is the next slide? Next slide points out the advantages of adding manure. Here they are telling that the organic manure is considered better than fertilizer. As I already told, organic manure is better than fertilizers. Why? Because it enhances the water holding capacity of the soil. It will improve, enhance means improve the water holding capacity of the soil. The soil can absorb more water if the soil is soft, if it is having good texture. Next, it improves the soil porous due to which exchange of gases become easily. So, manure will improve the soil porous. Soil porous means pores means gaps. So now the soil is not loose because there will be microbial action. So the soil will be loose. When the soil is loose, there will be pores in between. So when there is pore, so the gap of the pore will be filled with the gases. So it makes the soil porous due to which exchange of gases takes place. Because there will be exchange of gases, microorganisms can grow there, and also the roots of the plant can go deep inside, and even the roots will respire. The roots also will respire. That is what. The fourth point, it increases the number of friendly microbes. It increases the number of friendly microbes. Why it increases the number of friendly microbes? Because it is all organic matter. Manure is organic matter, that is plant animal matter. That is why the microbes will start growing in it. Okay, so it will be there will be increase in the number of friendly microbes. And also altogether, adding manure improves the texture of the soil. The soil texture, the soil quality will be improved. So in this lesson, the lesson makes us to understand the importance of manure, so that we should have the knowledge of growing plants with the help of manure. So the differences between manure and fertilizer. So it is very important concept. What is the difference between? Already you have understood that. Already I have told it. First point is, manure is an organic natural substance derived from the decomposition of biological material. Biological material means the material which is having life, for example microorganisms, or organic natural substances derived from the decomposition of biological material. So this is manure. And what about fertilizer? A fertilizer is an inorganic substances. It is not made from plants or animals. It is chemical. Second point, certain organic matter are used in large quantity, contain organic matter in large quantities. Yes, manure contains organic matter, that is plant and animal matter in large quantities. In fertilizer, organic matter is not present. Third point, contain nutrients in small quantities and are needed in large quantities. Contain nutrient in small quantities. That's why we have to add manure in large quantities. But whereas fertilizer contain much higher amount of nutrients, that's why it is required in very small quantities. Only little amount of fertilizer can be used in the fields, because it is very rich in nutrients. But whereas manure, you have to use it more and more, because it is having less amount of nutrients. Next, they are not nutrient specific. Yes, manure is not nutrient specific. We cannot tell that only this nutrient is there, only nitrogen is there, only potassium is there. We cannot tell, because it contains all the nutrients in small quantity. But whereas in fertilizer, we can say that it is nutrient specific, because when we purchase the fertilizer urea, we know that in that fertilizer only urea is present. Next, manure is prepared in fields and villages. Yes, we can prepare this manure in fields and villages, because last year we have learned that the farmers will dig a pit, and inside the pit they will put all the plant animal waste, understood, and they will leave it closed. The pit is closed, and later after some weeks we can see that whatever waste they have put in the pit, it will be converted into manure. Very easy method it is. So it can be prepared in fields and villages, whereas fertilizer is manufactured in factories. Manure, next point, manure is relatively less in plant nutrients, whereas fertilizers are very rich in plant nutrients like nitrogen, phosphorus and potassium. Manure do not cause pollution, whereas fertilizer will cause water pollution, even soil pollution, even it causes harmful effects to human beings also. So when we consume this food, sometimes a small amount of all this fertilizer, insecticides, pesticides will be entering into our body also. So that is why we have to wash the food grains or vegetables before using. So this is a picture of manure. Manure may be of different types. Sometimes there is a vermicompost is there, vermiculture. With the help of by rearing the earthworms, we can convert the waste into manure. So vermicomposting is there, or digging the pit and putting the waste and convert it into manure is there. There are different methods of making manure. And you can see the picture right side is the picture of how manure is spreaded or that is called manure spreader. It is spreading to the field. Manure is spreading to the field. Next is fertilizers. You can see the small bowls, that is fertilizer, and this fertilizer is very much can be dissolved in water, and when the fertilizer get dissolved in water, afterwards it can be added to the sprayer and it can spray the fertilizers. You can see the picture there. This photograph I have taken because to tell that how harmful these chemicals are. So this is the picture of the chemical name is endosulfan. It is an insecticide. Insecticide means the chemical that is used to kill the insects. So this was once used in Kerala, and because of the use of this endosulfan, the people who had consumed the food, or it may be I think it has polluted water, or through water or through food, the children were born with all these types of disabilities. So this is the harmful effect of the insecticides or fertilizer or whatever it is. If you are using these chemicals, it may cause bad effects to the humankind. This is what about we learned about adding manure and fertilizers. The next topic is irrigation. Supplying of water to crops at different intervals is called irrigation. So you know what is irrigation. You know that plants need water. Why plants need water? First of all, we know that to prepare food, water should be there along with carbon dioxide. Plants take carbon dioxide, water to prepare their food. We all know. So water is very much essential for plants to grow. Not only to prepare food, it needs for respiration. It is to get a mechanical strength. It needs water, and also even plants are living beings. There are so many metabolic activities that are taking place inside the plant body also. For all this process, plant need water. So we have to provide water to the plants at different intervals, and it is called irrigation. Next point, the time and frequency of irrigation varies from crop to crop, soil to soil, and season to season. So we all already know that some crops require less water, some crops require more water. So it depends upon the crop whether to irrigate frequently or to irrigate once in a day. Sometimes some crops need two to three times irrigation. Some crops need only one time irrigation in a day. So that's why it depends upon the crop whether to irrigate more or to irrigate less. Also it depends upon the soil. Some soil is having more water holding capacity, so little irrigation is enough. As you all know that some soil need more water, so the water holding capacity will be less, so we have to irrigate more and more. And also irrigation depends upon season. In summer season we have to irrigate more than rainy season. That is what. Then, along with water, minerals and fertilizer are also absorbed by the plants. So, only water is not absorbed by the plants. Along with the water will get mixed with the nutrients, the soil. Along with the water, nutrients, minerals are also absorbed by the plants. And if you are adding manure and fertilizer, and even that manure and fertilizer are also absorbed by the soil through water. Sources of irrigation. Sources of irrigation means how you are irrigating the plants, from which source you are irrigating the plants. You can get the source as wells, tube wells, ponds, lakes, rivers, dams, canals. So these are the sources of water. From this source you can directly take the water through pipes, or there are so many methods we will learn now. You can irrigate the fields. Methods of irrigation. First is traditional method. Traditional method means old method. The first is Mowat pulley system. Have you seen pulley systems? There are some pictures. So there are four traditional methods, that is Mowat, chain pump, Dekli, Rahat. You will see it. See here, Mowat system. You can see it is a pulley system. How water is drawn from the well with the help of a pulley, and you can irrigate your field. So it needs more mechanical or manual strength. The next is chain pump, that is Dekli. Chain pump, here you can see here, no, it is Rahat system. Rahat system you can see here in the left side. You can see a round wheel, and that wheel will be having so many cups or a water container. So you can see the animal, with the help of the animal they will move the chain, move the wheel, and they will take the water. So in the Dekli system you can see that you can see a wood, and one end of the wood is fixed to a bucket and the other end of the wood is fixed to a weight, and by moving this wood up and down you can procure water. The Dekli system, old system it is. And coming to modern methods. So modern method of irrigation is very important to study. Why? Because it has helped a lot in the field of agriculture. So there are two methods of modern methods of irrigation, that is drip irrigation and sprinkler irrigation. The first one is drip irrigation. Drip irrigation is irrigation where the water is provided to the plants drop by drop. So here water is not wasted. So we are not allowing the water to flow in the field. We are only allowing a drop of water to fall on near the root or near the base of the plant. So water is not wasted here. So once if you install all the pipelines and all from a source, you can make the water to fall onto the plants. So this is the very efficient irrigation system followed nowadays. Whereas the right side you can see sprinkler irrigation. So here the water falls onto the field like a rain. So here of course sprinkler irrigation is a good method, but drip irrigation consumes or conserve more water than sprinkler irrigation. In sprinkler irrigation you are irrigating the field in such a way that it is in the form of rainfall. But what is the advantage of sprinkler irrigation is it will just clean all the leaf, all the plant. Sometimes if there is a blockage of stomatal pores because of dust, so it will clear away all the dust particles of the leaf. But drip irrigation is the very best method where there is water shortage. This is about irrigation. Okay, So till here I would like to send the video. Please do see it, and if you have any doubt, please just call me or put message in my WhatsApp number. I will call you back.